Howdy, I'm Derek, and for this episode of Lambda of the Week, we're covering a Lambda custom Excel function called valid email. If you're new to Lambda, please make sure to check out the video that previews this series using a link in the comments below. If you want a copy of this workbook with this example and a couple of others, there's a link to that in the comments below as well. And if you want access to the 70 plus Lambda custom Excel functions that I use in my library, then there's a link to that in the comments below as well. For this week, we're looking at one called valid email. It's pretty basic. It's just going to evaluate the email address that you submit to it, whether it's valid or not, with a true or false as an output. So as an example here in the very first one, we're using this one. It has user.name, there's some pluses, etc. Some of those kind of system generated email addresses will do that. Here's a simple one. Here's another one with a subdomain. Here's one with a dash in it. So you can kind of see how this works. It's evaluating true, false using regular expressions and a pretty complicated pattern, but you don't have to remember that. You just have to use that function right there with email that is in the name of it. Okay, so false here because we've got some quotes, that's not allowed, or the double quotes. A lot of crazy at symbols and other symbols here, obviously that's false. And then down here at the bottom, a little subtle, but there are two dots. Very easy to make that mistake when you're entering in your email address. So just like validating other important data points, and I would argue email, pretty important if you're going to get a hold of people, you may want to make sure to validate whenever you're capturing data in Excel. And this is a really easy and effective way to do it. That is it for this episode of Lambda of the Week. Remember to get your free copy of this workbook, or even better, grab a copy of the entire Lambda library that I use using the link in the comments below. We're going to be covering a bunch of the ones that are in there all throughout 2026. You can find links to both of those in the comments below. If you like this, please give it a like, comment on what you liked, share with a friend or colleague you think would benefit from this, and of course, please click subscribe so you don't miss out on other great Excel tips and tricks, including this Lambda of the Week series in 2026. Thanks for watching and have an excellent rest of your day.